One. What is up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA betting show, episode 46. We have Mackenzie Dern taking on Xiaonan this weekend in a main event, UFC Fight Night in an empty Apex. First fight of the night. We're going to start off with, let's see, Randy Costa versus Guido Canetti. What do you got here?
I mean, I like Randy Costa, like the character, but I think he's a massive fraud. No disrespect. Like the guy has like 4 minutes of kung fu and then it's over. He cannot really grapple. He gasses horribly. I think he's kind of killing his body to make the division. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
looks so slim and so like just so dry. I think he should move up. But yeah, I mean Canetti is like 50 years old. He's a bum. I don't know really. I have a great price on under 2.5. I don't think this gets very extended. I could see any one of them finishing, and I don't have anything else at this moment. But if Costa doesn't finish him, or if they just exchange, I mean, I don't hate a shot on Canetti. If I can get a knockout or inside the distance stupid line, I may do it later.
Yeah, they both have some suspect cardio. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, but I mean, one is like 40 and the other has suspect cardio. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet on Canetti at a big price against Mana Martinez. I remember in the beginning I was like, all right, it's looking pretty good, and then he seemed dead after like 7 minutes.
Bro,
I was like,
Mana
God.
Martinez, never in doubt. Easy money. People were like, oh, easy money.
Yeah, no, I remember that was fun times as a Canetti backer, and then he obviously got that knockout against Moutinho, which was probably kept his contract. Obviously, yeah. I think Magic is in jail, which we all know was going to happen at some point, one way or another. So,
Yeah, I'm in jail. They let me bring the painting so I can like make it look like I'm not in jail, but I'm in jail. Yeah,
yeah,
I haven't shaved in a month. It's really bad in Spanish jail.
yeah. So everyone send him your well wishes because it definitely can't be easy over there. But yeah, I think Costa's going to knock Canetti out. I don't think it's not a super hot take or anything. He's a big favorite. I don't trust him at the price tag. I think the early price at one. I didn't take it, but I think the early price at under 1.5 was probably not bad. Like -150. That's probably solid if you got in early. I think they're going to bang until someone dies. I think this is likely. Probably Canetti's swan song, right? Like if he loses here, you think he's done?
Canetti or Costa?
Canetti.
I mean, I think both are already done in the UFC, kind of. You know what I mean? But yeah, if he loses, I mean, he's on all the roids. He doesn't look bad physically, Canetti. He already tested positive. Like he pissed hot, was 2 years out, came back looking the same, even better. Didn't give a shit.
Yeah, and he came back like an old man too, and still looked better than he did when he was younger. Thank you. I don't know
I
how
mean,
I threw
the
this
the,
together.
the real the real issue is I changed the bulb. Is that called the bulb?
Yeah,
Yes, right. And now it looks like this. I don't know why. I can adjust it, but it looks the same. I have no idea why. Do we have some electric engineer in the room?
I hope
Maybe
so.
it's the
It's not me.
how do you call this in English? The onda, like the
What is it?
forget it. Like if you have the light or a sound or whatever, it expels this like in the sea, bro. Onda. I don't know how to tell it in English.
I
Yeah,
don't
frame.
know. Like
No, it's not frame,
like a
but
ray,
whatever.
like a ray of light.
I mean, we are getting into deep waters here, Andrew.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Julija Stoliarenko versus Chelsea Chandler. I'll kick this one off. I'm on Stoliarenko here. I bet her at plus money. I think she's the better distance striker. I think she's the finishing upside. She's fought the better competition. Chandler's big, and her path to victory is probably a clinch fest up against the cage, which is possible. But I do think that Stoliarenko, given the advantages in the distance striking, on the ground, even if Chandler's in top control, Stoliarenko can put her in danger. If Stoliarenko gets on top, she's going to put her in danger. So I like Stoliarenko to get it done here. Curious what you're thinking.
Yeah, wave. That guy is right. Thank you. The waves.
Oh, waves.
Yeah, I mean, I like Stoliarenko here. The girl, I mean, Stoliarenko, everybody knows what she has. She's a pathologically aggressive. She tries to grapple. She has a great armbar, and she's big for the division. She's going to try to fuck you up. This girl she's fighting is not very good. I mean, if you make Stoliarenko minus 120 and give me Stoliarenko inside the distance plus 250, I mean, you are calling for the devil. Like, this is a must. Like, how? Like, whose idea was this? Stoliarenko money line minus 120 and inside the distance plus 250. She has 9 armbars in 10 wins. Like, what the fuck? She's gonna lose to every good girl and she's going to armbar every bad girl. I think she's one of the easiest fighters to bet in the UFC. Now she will look horrible here, get outstrike and submitted or something. But yeah, I think this is an obvious bet. Stoliarenko inside the distance.
Were you on her with me in her last fight against JRC?
I think I passed. I didn't bet JRC, but I told you like, yeah, I don't know, maybe JRC can stay on the feet. I remember that, but yeah, that was funny. I think I have doesn't go the distance, right? Something like that.
I don't know. I had Stoliarenko pretty big there, and I mean, they gave me plus money again, so I'm back for round 2. So we'll see if she can get that armbar going. I think she's going to. Next up, we've got Maxine Grishen versus Philip Linds. I don't have a super strong take on this fight. I'll be brief. I think Grishen's a little bit better. I don't trust him at this price tag. He's getting up there in age. I do think that Linds is probably a little bit suited better for 205 than heavyweight. It's just a pass. I didn't really find much of an edge here, but the pick for me is Grishen. Do you have anything on this one?
I'm not a Grishen fan. People seem to like him historically in the UFC. I mean, historically, he doesn't have that many fights, but he has been bet a lot, I feel. Linds he has okay size for light heavyweight. He was undersized at heavyweight, but he's all right at light heavyweight. He looked pretty good last fight. He can grapple offensively a little bit. I have nothing on the fight, but Linds by decision plus 400, plus 500, I think that's a good look. Like, I don't hate that. I'll probably have it in some stupid parlay. I'm passing on the fight, but yeah, I don't hate Linds by decision. I think it's going to be like a close, ugly, stupid light heavyweight fight, you know? Grishen is like so uninspiring. Does he even want to be there? Like, he looks like he's about to go to sleep when he's fighting.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm picking him here, not with a ton of confidence. But next up, you broke my heart when you told me who you're betting on this fight. Christoph Jocko versus Brendan Allen. I'll start this one off, and then I'm going to have to plug my ears while you talk. But I like Jocko here. I think he's cleaner. I think he's better everywhere. Better technically on the feet. Brendan Allen coming off of a couple of layup fights with like Sam Alvey. Should have lost to Malkoon probably. I think Jocko's just better at fighting. Like I bet him early minus 110. He's minus 130 now. Hasn't moved a ton. I kind of think he should be like more like minus 150, minus 175. Allen's best attribute is probably his jiu-jitsu, but I don't think he has the wrestling to take and hold down Jocko at a high clip. I actually think if anyone's going to get top time here, it's going to be Jocko. So I'm rolling with Jocko, and I know you don't agree with that, so I'm going to have to sit here in pain while you tell me why you of all people are betting on Brendan all-in Allen. Talk to me.
I remember you told me, what do you think about this? And I was like, on paper, Jocko has all the tools to run away with this, but that's the problem with Jocko. Always on paper, like this fucking breakdancer always, like he only wins the fights he's really supposed to win. You know what I mean?
I had him against GM3 pretty big.
Yeah, but I mean, GM3, I mean, he has all the attributes to keep that on the feet and fuck him up on the feet. I mean, GM3 on the feet is horrible. I don't know what happened against Bruno Silva. That was wild, and he's my hero, but he's not good on the feet. He's painfully slow. And Jotko did what he was supposed to do, but I feel like he cannot grapple Allen offensively. Maybe he can get takedowns, but Allen is the better grappler, and for sure the better submission grappler. If Allen ends up on top of Jotko is going to be in fucking serious deep shit. And on the feet, Jotko doesn't really punch that hard. I don't trust Allen's chin a lot, but he hits hard and he fights like a hillbilly. He throws hard. He's very aggressive. He's a good finisher. And Jotko is like so fragile. He's chinny. I don't know. I think Allen plus 275 inside the distance is a good look here. Would I be surprised if Jotko just outpoints him kind of in a clean way? Not really, but I kind of think Allen is going to find a finish here. And I like the price, so yeah. Brendan Allen. I think he's very stupid, by the way, but I hope he wins me money here.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see what happens with that one. This next fight, another one I don't really feel strongly about, so I'll let you start it off. We have Joaquim Silva taking on Jesse Ronson. Silva about a -140, -150 favorite. What do you like here, if anything?
I bet Silva inside the distance at a great price. Not here against Nasrat, who I think is the most fraudulent fighter in the history of the sport, probably after Bobby Green. And yeah, let's talk about Bobby Green pissing hot later. And yeah, Nasrat just caught him. Man. Has he ever finished anyone else like in his life in the UFC? I don't think so. He caught him really bad, but to this day, I think Silva was a good bet there. He has been historically durable, but last two fights he got destroyed like this in a moment. I think I had him too against Rick Lee. And he just fucking died. I was like, what's wrong with you? You used to be this juggernaut. Like the Jared Gordon fight was insane. And here, I what you gonna do? This lag. I have no side here, but doesn't go the distance. Looks solid to me. Both are a little bit fraudulent. Both are kind of chinny. Both can be fragile. Both get finished in bad ways. Both are good finishers. I see a lot of ways this fight doesn't go 3. I think I see people taking the shot on Ronson, and I don't hate it. Inside the distance, plus 250 is not bad. He's reliable to roll a submission if he hurts someone too. I will be happy when someone dies. That's all. I'm not taking a side.
Yeah, I think that's a fair look. I mean, they both have proven that they could get finished. So, and especially lately, Silva with the quick finish losses. Ronson, I thought looked really bad in his last fight, coming off the suspension. Yeah, so I have no strong opinion on who's going to win this fight. I do think that under is a good look, though. Next up in the women's 115-pound division, we have Tabitha Ritchie taking on Jessica Penne. I bet Tabitha Ritchie -154. It has since been steamed up to -210. I think that is a better, more accurate line. Maybe not even enough. I just think Ritchie's going to top timer here. Penne has historically terrible takedown defense. I think she defends takedowns at like 40%. On the feet, it's pretty close, I guess, but I don't think this stays on the feet for very long. Penne a little too willing to play off her back. I think Ritchie's just going to get a lot of top time here. So I'm picking her to win, and I am betting on her. Yes, everyone is on Ritchie. That is why the line has moved about 50 cents. Magic, are you on Ritchie as well, or do you like the Penne side here?
Pass, like big pass. I think it's dog or pass at this point. Penne is a competent grappler. She's bigger. She's reliable to be aggressive, and I don't think Ritchie is good, honestly. Like, I bet her to finish that Silva girl or whatever her name was in her debut. That was horrible. Like, her top game and her jiu-jitsu is worse than I thought. All she has is some takedowns and control, and she hasn't beat good people. And I don't think Viana is bad, but that was a very specific style matchup where she was going to end up on top easily. And I think she lost from top. I think she lost 2 rounds, honestly.
Yeah, we were both on Viana there, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's good. She's good looking though. I'll give her that. She has a good ass, nice face, good looking. I'm just concerned about this because I think people send clips from us when we say something bad to the fighters. You know what I mean? Like this is happening. So just in case, yeah, good looking. I will take her out. No problem. But fighting, no bueno. Just average. We will see. I will fade her moving on.
All right. Well, now that we've got that out of the way, I'm a little annoyed at this matchup. Ilir Latifi taking on Alexei Olenek. Last time,
this is the trilogy, right?
Dude, last time or 2 times. This is the 3rd time they made the fight. I had Latifi at like -140. Now he's like -180. So I don't know what to do with it. I'm hoping that some Olenek money comes in. I think Latifi should be all right here. I think Olenek has to pull something out of his ass. I mean, I think Latifi could land a big bomb on the feet. I mean, on the feet is kind of awkward because Latifi has much better power, but Olenek did kind of win that awkward decision on the feet, striking with Verdum. So I don't know. I am picking Latifi to win. I think he should be all right here. Their combined age is like 1 million, so I think this is the fight of the year. What do you got?
I agree with this guy. It's pretty keen. Yeah, very based, very aesthetic. I may leave it like this, like the video forever. I like it. It's strong vibes. I mean, this is like the 3rd time or 4th time this has been booked. and I think I have Latifi by knockouts. One of them. I don't. I just have doesn't go the distance minus 250. I think it's solid. It's going to be a Mongoloid fight. If it goes to the ground, Oleinik is going to submit him. Oleinik's chin is completely gone. Like he looks like if a civilian landed on him, he would get rocked. He just covers. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a fucking circus fight. Doesn't go the distance is alright. If Latifi first round knockout when I can get it is decent, something like plus 500 or something like that, I may take the shot. But I'm a little bit concerned about how he's going to look. He gasses, and this is at heavyweight. He's going to look like a ninja turtle. The guy has no neck. He's like a ball of mass. He's the weirdest looking human being alive, probably. Like, he doesn't look human. You look at the guy and he doesn't look the same species as you. I'm not saying it in a bad way. He's built for combat or something.
Yeah. So we're both picking Latifi. Is that your pick, Latifi?
Yeah, I'm going to pick Latifi by knockout, but I didn't bet it. I have doesn't go the distance in a parlay.
Cool. Next up, John Castaneda taking on Daniel Santos. I've seen a lot of people on Santos this week. Do you agree with that, or do you think that Castaneda is going to get it done?
Yeah, a lot of love for Santos. I think Castaneda is pretty alright here. Like all his intangibles, like people love to say, like all the things he does, like he has pace, great durability, he has power, he's the better grappler. He's all wrong for Santos. Santos is very flashy. He looked all right in his debut, kind of gasses a little bit, not bad, but Castaneda has much better grind. Like he's a grinder. I think this fight is going to be close for like 7-8 minutes, and then Castaneda pulls away in a big way.
I think
Castaneda?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like it's how you say it.
It's like war. He's like war ready, like Castaneda. It sounds like he's about to go into battle, like with like
Castaneda, bro. It's an easy one to say, even for
Castaneda. You. Yeah. Keep going. Sorry.
I think he's going to be all right here and like take over late in a big way. I like him a lot. He's one of my biggest spots in the card. I parlayed him. I mean, it's a little bit of a short money line. If -2. I mean, I think I got him -189. Line is coming up a little bit. Yeah, it's all right. I think he's 80-85% here, honestly. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when I looked at this fight, I was like, all right, you have Santos, throws a lot of spinning stuff. His cardio is a little bit suspect. I think Castaneda is going to be the clear minute winner here. Do you know why this is being moved to a catch weight at 140? I assume it's
someone was fat. I guess Castaneda.
I was going to guess the other side. I feel like Santos is a little bit big.
I don't know.
Either way, yeah.
One is Mexican and the other is Brazilian, so I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of a history there with missing weight. But yeah, I think Castaneda should be fine here. I haven't bet it. I've noticed the price keeps coming down. If it gets to like -150, I'm going to have to get involved. Maybe even a little short or a little higher than that. I'd get involved. Castaneda should be the minute winner here. I think maybe he might even have some grappling upside too. He's mixed in some takedowns in his fights prior. I don't think
late for sure. He's getting takedowns, and he's going to grapple here. Maybe not super early, but he's going to eventually grapple, and he has grappling upside. He's the way better wrestler and grappler.
Yeah, and that's a nice segue for our next fight. Speaking of grappling upside, Mike Davis taking on Viaslev Borshev, who is someone that has struggled in the past with their takedown defense, particularly in their last fight against Mark Diakiese. Do you think that's going to be an issue here? Do you think Davis is going to elect to strike, or do you think Borshev has fixed his takedown defense and his defensive grappling in his time off from the octagon?
You are getting so good at this.
Thank you.
Yeah, you sound like John Anik. Like seriously, they should have fired Ian Parker and got you.
Don't say that. You can't say that.
Yeah, you sound good. I could never do that because I'm always going to sound like Habib. I'm kind of jealous.
You could take Brandon Moreno's job as the
Oh, that one easily, bro. I mean, people have no idea how much I have suffered listening to Brandon Moreno. I like Borshev here. I think this is a thank you, man. This guy always donates. Do you know he's like that's his actual name? Because I looked up his profile on Twitter and his profile pic is actually his family.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, I like Borshev. I think this is a big overcorrection because of the last fight. And I mean, Mike Davis is not even half the wrestler Diakiese is. Diakiese is not a great jiu-jitsu player, but he can fucking wrestle, and he's used to the fucking gills. Like he's maybe the most obvious user in the UFC. He doesn't give a fuck. Like the needle marks in his abs, Diakiese, it's fucking wild. Like unless you have 100% confidence that you are not going to pop, you don't show up like that. And that guy is on something that he knows he's not popping for. Like I respect that. Like he doesn't give a shit. Big fan. Yeah, I'm. Go on.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I mean, I think Davis has grappling upside for sure. I mean, he's going to get takedowns if he tries. He has a good reactive double. He has a good reactive double, but I feel his top game is very sloppy, and the guy gets sloppier as the fights go on. And Borshchev, he's not a good wrestler, but he has urgency. His takedown defense is not horrible. I think people are overestimating the Diakiese fight, who is a solid wrestler, and then he got taken down by Dakota Bush, who people think is a bum, but he's a good fighter. I think he belongs in the UFC. He's a good grappler, Dakota Bush. And he has good urgency to get up. And for me, like the key aspect of this fight, in my opinion, is that Borshchev does a great job at using butterfly hooks and creating scrambles and get-ups. And that is going to be in play here, like big time. I think this is going to end up being a striking match, and I think Davis is more spectacular than powerful. But you know what I mean? Like everybody thinks of Mike Davis as this knockout artist, but he doesn't really finish that much people. He was going life and death with Mason Jones. Borshchev has way better volume and pace. I think he's going to put it on him, and when he gets sloppy, goes against the fence, covers, Borshchev is one of the best boxers in the UFC. He hits fucking hard, he's precise, power both hands, and that liver shot, man, that's serious. I think he's going to get him to the body and knock him out.
Yeah, and you nailed it when you said that Davis, his top control, that's what did it for me. When I looked into this fight, I was like, oh, Davis is probably going to wrestle him. I watched that Mason Jones fight back, and Davis is getting takedowns, and Jones is getting back to his feet every time. I don't like his top control at all.
He's one of these guys that if you were to draw a line between fighter and bodybuilder, he's on the bodybuilder side. You know what I mean? Like the way he looks,
yeah.
he's not that athletic for the way he looks. That's my point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has white guy athleticism. If you are a black guy that looks like that, that's unacceptable. Yeah, it's true. He looks strong and this, but not like a pure athlete. You know, Diakiese looks strong as fuck, but he's a crazy athlete, and he isn't. Yeah, I think Borshchev butterfly hooks is going to win him this fight. We'll see. Faber is teaching him all his cool tricks.
Yeah, Faber's all his cool butterfly hook tricks. But yeah, on the feet, I honestly think this one could go either way on the feet. I think Borshchev's cardio scared me a bit in the past, but Davis's striking defense, particularly on the feet, is definitely what kept me off of him. I like the under 2.5 here. I think I got it like plus 103. I think they're more likely than not, this is going to play out on the feet because Davis doesn't have that top control. I think when it's on the feet, both guys could knock the other out. So I think the under is the best way to play that here. Did you consider that?
I was considering doesn't go for a parlay. I stayed away because I don't think. I mean, Borshchev can be hurt. I don't think he has the best chin, but I think he has much more finishing upside here than Davis, which people probably don't agree with me, but I think he does on the feet. And yeah, I think he's going to get to Davis. Like, once the explosiveness factor goes away, Borshchev is going to pull away in a big way. Technically, he's excellent. I enjoy watching him. He's great. He's a great striker. Great boxing.
Yeah, this is one of the fights I'm looking forward to most on the card, so it should be fun.
It's probably the best fight on the card.
What's that?
Probably the best fight on the card.
Yeah, this one is probably the biggest squash match of the card, at least on paper. Sadiq Youssef taking on Don Shanis. What do you make of this? Minus 1,100 favorite. Thanks, John.
Thank you, man. I placed us and go in a parlay minus 200, I think, or something like that, or minus 250. But I think Youssef is a fraud. I'm eventually going to get him. I think I bet his last 3 opponents against him. I had Allen inside the distance, which was fucking gross.
God.
That was like he was out. How the fuck he didn't finish that? Dude, he was doing the chicken dance.
Plus, KO was plus 750, I think, something like really high.
I had inside at a crazy number. I think plus 450 or something, and I was like, it's done. If he just walks off that kick, even with Yusuf on the feet, it probably gets a stop. He was dancing. He was like, "Ooh." I don't know, unbelievable. And the Philly fight, I think he got bailed with his physicality for takedowns, and that's it. I mean, Ashiti Kimura, he got that position. I don't even know what happened. Same with Benitez. They were getting to each other, and bam, his power bailed him out. But I don't think he's that good. Like, if they make Yusuf versus Topuria, bro, I'm betting my car.
Yeah.
Like, if Topuria touches Yusuf just once on the chin, what do you think is going to happen? Probably a funeral.
Same thing that happened in England. What do you think is Sheamus's weakness?
If you talked about his strong points, you probably end up earlier. But I mean, his weakness is that he sucks at MMA. But he has good things, like he has great attitude. No, really, he has great
He
attitude.
set you up for that perfectly. I knew you were going to say that.
No, he has some power. He's willing to brawl. He's durable. I like the guy. He's a scrapper. Like, you don't want to fight this guy in a bar. I would rather fight Yusuf. With Yusuf, you may get lucky if you touch that chin. But Sheamus is not going away, man. I may play him by knockout is plus 50-1. I mean 50-1, no, 15-1.
Yeah, I was gonna say 50-1, I'm in.
Bro, I may play it. I haven't played yet, but I may play it. Like, he hasn't finished. My point is if Yusuf doesn't instantly kill him or take it to the ground and just do whatever he wants, which could happen. If this gets extended and becomes a brawl, bro, I don't hate his chances. I may take his knockout line. Not joking. If I can get plus 15, maybe we are Team Sheamus, leader of the free world.
Well, if that happens, I will be rooting for you. I will not be joining you most likely. I think Yusuf should be fine here. I have nothing on the fight. I think he's just too athletic. Probably gets knocked out. Definitely some more interesting spots on the card for me. Next up, this is a fight that's interesting to me. Xione Barcelos taking on Trevin 5-Star Jones. I believe you like the Barcelos side here, and I definitely think you have to make him the favorite. I personally would be a little bit timid to back him at minus 200. I thought he looked off against Victor Henry. I think he's starting to look a little bit old. Yes, I know Henry has a lot of volume. Trevin Jones, not historically his style. But I do think Barcelos has regressed significantly, and that's enough to keep me off of the minus 200 or worse. I do think if the line gets blown out, I could understand a shot on Jones. I think finish is more likely than a decision for him. But the pick for me is Barcelos. Are you betting anything on this?
I parlayed Barcelos. I mean, the line has come down minus 250, and it makes sense to me. Like, can you tell me like anything? Jones is better than Barcelos at MMA?
No.
Like, not even power.
It's close.
One punch power. I mean, Jones only does have power with his fucking right hook for some reason. It's his only shot. I mean, Barcelos is better at everything. He has him completely covered. Better grappler, better striker, better pace, better cardio. He's durable. Yeah, I like him. I think he's going to take him to the ground and smash him, submit him, whatever. I mean, Barcelos and Castaneda are my biggest spots of the card, and hopefully they come through. Have you seen his interview for the UFC today? I was very happy to see that.
What he said?
He said, we are going to watch a completely different fighter and that he's coming to grapple. Which I appreciate because this fucking moron, like, I have bet him so many times by submission, and this moron just strikes. Like, his idol is Jose Aldo and he wants to strike. Bro, are you fucking stupid or what? He's a 3rd-degree black belt. And the people he has taken to the ground, he looked like a man grappling teenagers. Like, it's crazy. He's crazy good. He's a 3rd-degree black belt.
You know who else is a black belt?
Colby Covington?
Trevin 5-Star Jones.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Trevin 5-Star Jones got put to sleep by Kakramonov like an idiot with a front choke on the feet. I mean, come on. Trevin Jones loves to get choked, loves to stay on the fence and get punched, not do anything. He's a high roller. Maybe he high rolls another finish, but what I mean, if you are betting Barcelos, you are fading Jones by knockout. And I don't think that is the opposite of minus 250. So yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Definitely a good way to look at things. Co-main event, Randy Brown versus Francisco Trinaldo. Look, I think Randy Brown's going to win this fight. I am not going anywhere near betting him at minus 330. Trinaldo is getting up there. I mean, Trinaldo was getting up there in age 5 years ago. He's still doing it. I do think Barcelos. I do think that Randy Brown is going to give Trinaldo a lot of issues here with his length. I think he's going to use his jab. At the end of the day, I just don't trust him to do it at more than a 75% clip, which is what you'd have to cap him at 80% or better. Trinaldo does have a knack for making fights close. Maybe he gets a takedown or two. I don't know. This fight just screams stay away from me. How about yourself?
I mean, everybody knows that Trinaldo is obviously 81 years old. I mean, maybe not 81, but this motherfucker is 50 at least. Like, I don't believe him. He's a fucking freak, but I bet him here. Like, I think you have to. Plus 270, plus 260 or whatever. Like, Randy Brown fights like an idiot. He's a good fighter. He has good attributes. He's big, he's long, but he doesn't know how to use it for some reason. And he refuses to grapple offensively. I don't know. I have bet him in some fights. Randy Brown.
This is my favorite comment we ever got, I think.
I tweeted that.
Did you? That's so
yeah,
funny.
I tweeted once that he was the first one to welcome them in the beach.
That's amazing. That's really funny. That's all time.
Bro, he makes fights way closer than they should be, Randy Brown, and he's kind of fragile. I don't know. I bet him against Jared Gooden, and I was like, what the fuck, bro? This is a real bomb, and this is real close. You know what I mean? And Trinaldo is historically really durable. Who has finished him? Like, Kevin Lee choked him out. He only loses to elite fighters. Like, if you look at his record, this is an easy joke. He lost to Michael Chiesa 2014, Kevin Lee, James Vick, not sure how, Alexander Hernandez. I mean, come on, that's an excusable loss. And then Salikov, okay, but he has been good people.
Salikov.
He has looked all right. He beat the shit out of Danny Roberts. I don't know, man. He beat the shit out of Dwight Grant. I think his style of, like, you know, Trinaldo striking is a bit of herky jerky, and then I'm going to try to kill you with the left hand, and you can get inside Randy Brown. You know what I mean? Once you get into that range, and Trinaldo is a wild guy. Yeah, this is a banger alert. This guy, right? Yeah, it's going to be a good fight. This is going to be a good match, brother. I think this is closer to a 50-50 fight, and the line is very wide. So yeah, why not? One last ride. Francisco Trinaldo, the leader of the free world.
All right, I like it. Gives me some excitement watching the fights. Main event.
I'll be out.
What's up?
I'm not watching the fights. Probably I'll be out. I have big party.
You're gonna message.
I'll be on my phone draft tweeting like, "Oh, this bum lost me money."
the one time you were out, I forget who it was. Who was it that we bet, and you were like, "Did they win?" And I was like, I sent you the video.
That was like a month ago.
Yeah.
That Demetrius Johnson.
yes. We bet on Demetrius Johnson. And I sent you.
I was fucked up, like, completely. I was like, Andrew Humbert.
Yeah, so the story for this one, him and I both bet on Demetrius Johnson in his last fight, and I DM'd Magic a video of Demetrius Johnson knocking out his opponent, Moraes, and he goes, "Who won?" And I was like, "Demetrius Johnson won." And the next morning he saw it and was like, "Oh, thank God." It was funny.
It was worse because the tweet said, "Demetrius Johnson knocks out Adriano Moraes." And I swear to God, I watched the video and I'm like, fuck, Andrew, who won?
Yeah, that was funny as hell. Hopefully you'll be a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more there for Xiaonan versus Mackenzie Dern. Do you like anything in this one?
Yeah, I think Dern is going to submit her. Like, Dern is durable, and what are the chances this doesn't hit the ground once in 25 minutes? And every time Dern fights, I have to listen to the same fucking Mongoloids saying the same stupid shit. Oh, she cannot grapple, she cannot this, she cannot that. Bro, she's an ADCC winner, multiple-time world champion, and she's going to grab a shitty single leg and transition into something. Like, she's going to go for a leg lock and get you to the mat. She's going to trip you or something. And she goes for it like a berserker. No, she's going to, do you know what's going to happen? She's going to go out, get into her single leg, trip her, submit her with an armbar, and then she's going to fight anyone else, and people are going to be, oh, but Dern can grapple. Like, she cannot offensively wrestle. We didn't learn anything. And then it's going to happen again and again and again. Yeah, she's functional. I mean, it's not pretty, but once she gets people down, it's pretty much over. And it was a miracle that Marina Rodriguez survived. I mean,
yeah.
People were like parading Marina Rodriguez with, so Marina Rodriguez, never in doubt, bro. that was a fucking miracle that she survived those sequences on the ground. There was one that was like a literal miracle. I don't know how that happened. I think it was round 2. I don't know. I mean, Xiaonan is obviously the better striker, better volume, blah blah blah. If this goes to the mat once, I mean, this girl was making Carla Esparza look like Gordon Ryan. What do you think is going to happen? I am tempted to get like a specific submission.
Armbar.
Yeah, armbar is plus 250. I've been looking at this.
That's good.
Their naked choke is plus 100. Bullshit. Armbar plus 250 is not bad, and I have seen Nibar 30 to 1. Just saying.
Where can you bet that?
I got that. I'm not going to say it because they are going to fuck the line with me. But in the United States, you can get it at BetMGM.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I went into taping this fight thinking like maybe there is value on Xiaonan, but I just can't get there. Dern is just so good on the ground that it only takes one, and she has 5 rounds to do it. Xiaonan's probably not going to finish Dern on the feet, so it's like she's going to have to beat her on the feet, like you said, for 5 rounds without getting thrown to the ground once. And Esparza was taking her down. I mean, Esparza is obviously a better wrestler than Dern, but on the mat, Dern's like she just has to get her down once. Levels ahead of Carla on the mat. I think Dern's going to get a sub here one way or another. I've bet Dern a few times recently, but she's like minus 230 here. I bet her like plus 125 against Tisha Torres. Everyone was like acting like that was some kind of robbery, which I didn't understand. But yeah, Xiaonan decision only, minus 135. I don't know, man. Maybe. What do you think about that?
I don't think that's bad. Like, how does Dern win 3 rounds without submitting her?
Yeah, maybe like an ugly strike. Like she makes it ugly on the feet.
I mean,
it's like
the thing for me with them, apart from all that I said, is that when you get these grapplers or wrestlers or front runners, they usually tend to get disappointed. Like, they lose their passion for fighting after failing a few attempts. She doesn't. She fights like a mongoloid hard for 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You are gonna get that, and she just needs one single leg with some time on the clock. Like, if she gets on top, this is going to be the Brazil festival, bro. Is she even going to have to pass? Maybe she's in mount instantly. Like, you close your eyes and she's already in mount. This is going to be a massacre on the ground.
Should we get into some Lambo parlays or what? Oh, you want to give your favorite NFL bet since it's Thursday night?
We should do that later. I think first the
Let's do our Lambo parlay.
I made some already. Right. Watch out! I should give a Lambo for the NFL after the last day.
Let's see.
I played 100 to win like 300,000 on the NFL. No, for real. I played 12 spread.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hit them all and win 300,000. That guy is always on cocaine. I never like rate what he says. Don't you think he's on cocaine? I didn't say his name, so he cannot sue me.
I don't know.
He's a fucking awkward human being.
Double chance. I'm putting together a good one here.
I played Borchev, Barcelos, Dern, and Castaneda all to win inside the distance. 200 to win 19,000. I think that's a solid one.
I'm screwed on the props for the prelims here on FanDuel. So, all right, we're going. I wish I put this one together beforehand. I could have done. All right, I want to make this one a banger. Damn, I wish I had odds for the props for the.
You are in Florida?
No, I'm back in the upstates, the Northeast, so to speak. Good thing I'm out of Florida. The freaking hurt.
Yeah, but maybe people are getting out and you are going straight into the storm.
Well, that really surprised
Bill's character.
All right, let's see what I got going here. No, this isn't juicy enough. Hang on, I gotta add another leg.
I mean, if you have questions like usual, throw them on the chat. Just don't be the guy that goes like, "Oh, what do you think of this fight in 3 weeks?"
Yeah, don't do that. All right, this one has magic written all over it. All right, now we're cooking. 100 to win 62.7 thousand. We've got Borshev. Oh no, hang on. You need to accept our new terms and conditions before playing. Log out and log back in. All right, Borshev knockout plus 380. Dern submission minus 110. Stoliarenko money line minus 118. I wanted to play submission, but they don't have the prop for it yet. Jocko money line, the under in the Guido Canetti fight, and Castaneda round 3. 100 to win 62.7.
That's probably going to hit.
I think so too. I'm gonna have to log out and get back in here so I could lock this one up.
Yeah, I don't have enough time to watch college football, but I watch all NFL games, all of them.
Yeah, you do. He's not kidding either. He messages me all the time. He's never taken.
Yeah, I'm becoming good. I think last year was good, but this year I'm starting to like know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I gotta place this. But any questions? We're all ears, guys. We are all ears. What do you like while we're waiting for the NFL this week? I only made one bet. I bet the Jets plus 3.5. I thought more than a field goal is probably a little too much against the Steelers.
I play
hard to beat, man.
I played the Dolphins plus 165 the other day. Then the line moved the other way because Tua wasn't playing apparently, or was confused, or whether he's playing. The line has come back. I think it's like plus 150 now, plus 155. I think they are the much better team. I don't get this. Like people are like, oh, they played 90 snaps because you know the Bills game. I think the defense played 90 snaps. That was crazy. Like the Bills had 90 offensive plays and 38 defensive plays, or something like that.
Wait, let me clarify this real quick. A lot of people misunderstood that tweet the other day. I never wrestled Bo Nickel. Someone was talking about one of his teammates who I wrestled twice in high school.
Yeah, I know. I didn't misunderstand it. I didn't.
No, but people did.
Yeah, but I'm going to ride with it. Like, if anybody asks me, I'm going to say, yeah, he wrestled the Cal twice. He beat the shit out of him. Like, didn't you see the headline? That was a real newspaper photograph.
No, I never wrestled Bo Nickel. He would have beaten me very badly. So I'll go on the record and say that for sure.
You are too humble, bro. 2-0. Gomez versus Nika.
Not true.
You should do the rematch in the UFC.
No thanks. The next contender in lightweight after Islam Olives, maybe
the winner of Gamrot Dariush is the obvious.
That's a good point.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the Notorious.
What about Volkanovski, maybe?
Yeah, I think Volkanovski is going to flee very soon. He has maybe one defense left. Yeah. Maybe not even one. He's going to flee, and makes sense. Like, what does he have to prove at 145? There are no money fights there for him, and the guys coming up, like Evloev, Topuria, those are serious fights that I could understand if he doesn't want to deal with that and just try to be double champion.
Drop the poker chip. No, so I was not a heavyweight. We wrestled at 170 my junior year, his senior year, and then he moved up. Or sorry, my sophomore year, his junior year, and then his senior year, he moved up to 195. And he wrestled heavyweight in college. So I was not a heavyweight. I'm too short to be a heavyweight.
Yeah, you were a big kid. I have your photographs.
Yeah,
like,
I got
he had legs like this, like tree trunk legs, like Latifi.
I always have had big legs. It's funny. In a wrestling match, yeah, and probably jiu-jitsu. No, not at all.
He said you have actually said it on video now that you would not wrestle Dustin Poirier.
I mean, I hope so, dude. Like,
this is the second time now.
I don't know. I got nothing to say. They want the inside.
He's the front runner to face Topuria. Topuria has asked for the fight already, per sources.
Does Dern fumble the bag against another girl who has no grappling? I don't think.
When has she done that? Like, she beat Ticia Torres, who everybody told me was going to out-wrestle her. And Marina Rodriguez survived somehow, but I don't think Dern has ever fumbled the bag, really.
People are riding the dolphin with you. Who stops the nickel train? It depends how he can develop.
EM3. Like, for sure, he's going to fucking kill Jamie Pickett, like, in 72 seconds. And GM3 is going to call the UFC, and he's going to be, hey, give me Bo Nickel for 15K. And he's going to roll a guillotine or something. I don't know. I think Nickel kills GM3, but bro, GM3, he has that dog in him. He can make things like if he gets extended, bro, he's a good grappler.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if GM3 beats Nickel?
Would I be what?
if GM3 like submits Bo Nickel, could you imagine the scenes? I will 100% bet GM3 by submission 14-1 for all my money.
Just for the culture. I feel like Nickel's actually pretty good at jiu-jitsu for someone who's like that's not his background.
I mean, he looks good, but he has submitted a taxi driver and
Yeah.
rolled a triangle from mount. Okay, that was impressive, and I was joking about it, and everybody was losing his mind, but he hasn't proved anything. He hasn't grappled anyone in a jiu-jitsu manner extensively or whatever. Like, I told it on Twitter, give me Fluffy Hernandez dog odds. I'll take it for a lot of money, for real.
You better hope that happens soon, though, because if that happens after another year or two of Nickel getting better.
No, I want him to like the price to get better and better and better, and then we get, because Fluffy is getting thinner too. He's not fat anymore, and you know the two lines are going to collide in Fluffy plus 300, and that's my moment.
Oh my god, it's funny. A lot of people don't know this, but Nick, like, it's hard to understand in wrestling. It's not like MMA. Like, there's not a lot of finishes, so to speak. Like, pins are there's usually a pretty big discrepancy.
He got pinned.
And dude,
everybody's acting like he looked great, but he got pinned in this fight. Donovan Bear got the pin over Bo Nickel. Horrendous look.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when he was in college wrestling, like he was so good. He was actually a finisher in wrestling, which like doesn't happen at that level. It's so rare to get someone who's like consistently tacking and pinning kids at that level. Like he pinned a guy in the NCAA finals. Like it's crazy. It's very rare. So I expect him to be a finisher in the MMA.
Not that he pinned him, but the way he pinned him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Reverse the position. That was like, his hips are insane. He also looks like, because he doesn't look this jacked, but he's one of these naturally strong people. You know, he looks like he grew up in a farm or something.
Yeah, I think he's from Texas, if I remember.
He's naturally strong. He doesn't even have abs. What a pussy. But then he starts fighting and oof. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, man. The Vengeance tour is starting tomorrow, guys. Saturday, I guess. Saturday. Yeah. All the disrespect we took, we are getting it back. Roscoff season.
Magic specifically said, "Don't ask about any fights that are coming up in 2 weeks."
I mean, come on. Do you think I'm going to beat Sugar Sean O'Malley over Peter Yan?
Yeah, I think it might be Sugar
If Peter Yan just comes out and drops a round just doing nothing, I may go to Thailand and shoot him.
You cannot say that on camera.
I cannot say that on YouTube.
How?
Maybe they come for me, the Russian guys. Bro, I'm a huge fan of Peter Yan the fighter. I think he's insane good, but that's the only way he loses this fight. I don't think O'Malley is going to knock him out. Like if he starts slow, does fuck all for some minutes, I think Yan is going to go after him and fuck him up. But yeah, I mean, bro, Peter Yan, if you are seeing this, please don't lose to this fucking clown. Like I cannot take that. I cannot take that. I cannot take another Alexander Hernandez loss. Like if Hernandez loses to fucking Billy Q at featherweight, bro, we are so fucking done. We need a dub. You know what I mean? We need a big one.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Bellator? I posted my plays to Patreon. I think you're gonna do the same, right?
Pay Andrew. Pay me. I didn't play Roscoff, but I'm probably going to play him. Yeah. I have some other plays, but yeah, show me the money.
Yeah, the big dog.
I played Boric.
I don't know any ONE FC at all. So if you,
I don't even know who she's fighting. I didn't look at it, but she's all right at fighting. Angela Lee. He's also kind of good looking, exotic, solid play. Yeah, I don't even know who she's fighting. Go ahead, play her.
RoboCop, dude. RoboCop cost me so much money. I had Chitty and Joe Connie in DraftKings to like win me the top prize.
Listen to this. Guys, I will play huge against Adesanya. Bo Nickel, like tomorrow. Chimaev, Robocop, Nick Maximov, and Jacob Malkoun.
Dude, I need to see you bet Malkoun decision.
Bro, you wouldn't play Malkoun against Adesanya?
No.
Bro, father's plan. He will just fucking single leg the guy 25 times. 50-43, Jacob Malkoun, middleweight champion of the world.
Sugar Sean, first champ.
I'm not joking. Don't you think Malkoun just goes and takes him down?
I don't think he can, dude. I really don't.
Bro, the disrespect on Jacob Mamba Malkoun is insane.
He's fighting Maximov next. You know that in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they are going to, I don't know, just stare at each other or something. I think they are going to try to get a single leg at the same time, and
Yeah.
it's going to be a double knockout headbutt.
My computer's about to die. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to the people?
Yeah, Dolphins tonight. We are going to get back the disrespect too. Like people are like, oh, they played 90 snaps in the heat, bro. The fucking Bengals are 1-2, and he beat the. I mean, I know you are a Jets fan, no disrespect, but they are 1-2, and they beat the Jets with Joe Flacco, and they have lost to not very good teams. I mean, they lost to the Steelers, right? I mean, what the fuck? Their offensive line is very bad. Joe Burrow gets hit a lot. They are going to get him killed again. The Dolphins are a good team. I mean, I don't get. I think no. I'm being serious right now. I think they have a very good coach. The Dolphins. This McDaniels guy is onto something. I think he's a great coach, a smart guy. Oh yeah, he's going to bring out the playbook here, and we are going to roll. Dolphins plus 165.
All right. You heard it, guys. Like and subscribe. We'll be back again in 2 weeks for the October 15th card. Until then, enjoy the fights. And yeah, we'll see you then. Peace.